Well, race fans, this is an interview I've looked forward to for a long time, and I think he has too. We've known each other for about 25, 30 years now. He was just a teenager when he started racing the street stocks at Atomic Speedway, watched his dad and his uncle race for a number of years, and it is so great to see after many third and second place finishes. Brandon Williams, welcome to the winner's circle with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series. How does it feel?
I'll tell you what, Roby, it's kind of a surreal deal. We've run a lot of Durrence races or back when Neesmith races and won some Neesmith races, won the Ice Bowl, and of course we haven't followed the series much this year. And like you say, we had a second place at the first of the year, third last night, and we come on mission to win this thing tonight, and we got it done.
Well, I don't know if the Ice Bowl win counts because I wasn't there. Okay, so this is the first one I've been that you've won.
I got you.
Tell me about the race tonight, man. From the drop of the green flag all the way to about, lap 45. It was slicing, dicing, peeling, and chopping, and I call it Vegematic racing.
You're right. I knew that the local driver, Christian Hanger, he's always good and competitive down here. I knew he'd be the car to beat. But I think he knew I'd be the one for him to beat too. So we dialed our car in. We turned a good qualifying lap, set the pole from the top. And I knew the race, in my opinion, would be won from the bottom. So after the hot lap session, we tuned for the bottom, felt we was good at the bottom. And I knew that I have to keep pressure on him. And he's a good racer. He knew I was there. So about lap 10, he tried to take the lane. And I just stayed right there, and he just finally slowed down. We went around him. Lap traffic again become a major item. Of course, it will be here at a bull ring like that. I almost got in trouble with one lap car and a Uke tire, but you just got to keep your head buckled on straight and make the right decisions and keep the wheels going forward.
You made contact with that lap car closing in on 10 to go. Were you concerned? I mean, you made pretty hard contact. Were you concerned about maybe cutting down a right rear tire after that?
Well, you do. But in a place like this where everybody is so close, we didn't know how many laps was on the board. So I was racing like we was going to the white flag every lap. I was trying to get somebody to tell me, hey, we've run 30 laps, 40 laps. I didn't know. So when I come into lap traffic, I knew physically that I had slowed down. You have to maneuver, but you've got to move them guys out of the way because, I know they're in a race too, but golly, they can cause so much havoc with us. So, this top, bottom, and all I could do was try to move them a little bit, to go on. But I know it's what makes it interesting for the fans and everybody, but man, it sure makes everything nervous for us,
Wait till you see the video that Mitchell Jenkins is going to put on Facebook of this race. I mean, I think you're underestimating it a little bit. I'm telling you, once you got a couple of lap cars between you and Christian Hanger, you were checking out. You're sitting there, you're getting ready to come around and take that white flag. But it was the caution flag with 2 laps to go. I think that was probably the last thing you wanted to see.
Well, again, I had no idea that it was 2 laps to go, and which probably is a good thing. When my dad, he had raced for about 40 years when he had stopped, and we've got a certain sign language, and most people that know us know that he can talk to me, and I know exactly what he's saying to a certain extent, And it's always, he'll say, buckle that head down, keep that head on straight. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't know, but I don't think that it would really counteracted anything that I'd have done differently, because when we took the green and I come back to the white, I felt like I run the same laps that I did all night. I've really got a great race car package going right now. I've got to thank Marshall Green with Capital Race Cars. Richard. Richard's really good too. He's a right-hand man. But when you take with Marshall, some of these guys really have got good backing with Rocket and so on and so forth. But Marshall, he called me just a few minutes ago, and it's almost 2 o'clock his time, congratulating me, going to go over notes on Monday morning. He knows every step that we do, and I'm just so proud to have him in my corner. And along with my family, my wife, she goes to every race, my kids, sometimes I don't get to, I'm so wound up, I forget to talk about my wife and kids, but they're here. She keeps us fed. She keeps me pumped up. I always got to give me a kiss before we get in a race car. And, that's all right. Everybody's got to have something like that. And I'm just so proud to have a good group, family, people. We don't have a big pit crew, but what we do have is prime right now.
You have a dog?
I do have a dog.
Will Harrington thanked his dog tonight.
Did he? Well, my dog's name's Coop, like a 32 Coop Ford, you know what I'm saying? So Coop right now probably in his doghouse, and we're going to thank him too.
Brandon, congratulations. Great job tonight. One of the most entertaining races we've had all year here at Duck River Raceway Park in Lewisburg, Tennessee with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series. And I know Brandon shares my thoughts. We can't wait to get back to this place, and we are looking forward to getting to the next one down the road. Here we are with our second place finisher tonight, and he was in the thick of things all night long. Christian Hanger out of Winchester, Tennessee. And boy, Christian, you look pretty calm, cool, and collected after 50 laps of some wild racing tonight.
I wouldn't call it calm and collective. I'm a little disappointed myself for missing the setup on my end a little bit. It was pretty awful, to be honest, but that CVR race car is pretty forgiving for us. You win some, you lose some. Brandon and I had a great race going over the first couple laps, and I was really just hanging on with all I had there. And, I could hear him right there below me the whole time I was in front of him. And I said, man, I got to find something different. He could just stick right around that bottom. And, I knew with this being my home track, I said, there's a couple ways to race this place. And, I moved up, and I was actually probably going to maintain the lead for at least a few more laps. But I went in there and just charged too hard and jumped the cushion and gathered it back up, and he done pulled me about a half straightaway. But, we had a long green flag run there, and I run him back down, and then the whole field, I think, wrecked him 1 and 2. So, I had a hard tire on the right rear. It was firing pretty good, and then we had that wreck there, and it cooled off, and that's kind of the end of it.
I'm trying to keep in pace with you here.
All right.
He got the sway going here. Mitchell, you keeping up with us? He got it. Well, Christian, your first run with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series National Tour tonight in a while. So give us your thoughts on the competition this year.
Well, we hadn't raced crate a whole lot this year, but this, I think, our 6th or 7th race back in it, and I got a brand new CVR behind me and a good Hendren race engine. It's a very good package, very strong package, and we just kind of went back to our roots on it all, and we're doing pretty good with it. Like I said, missed a little bit tonight. You'll have that. But I think we're going to pick up a few more races with you guys here a couple weeks whenever y'all run again. And, it's kind of work from there. We've been doing decent here around the house, trying to get our momentum up and trying to build some confidence because it's been a rough year and a half. But, we're going to come fighting, and that's all we can do, I guess.
Keeping Chip Vineyard and the guys in Lenoir City, Tennessee proud at CVR Race Cars, coming home with a second place finish tonight. Christian Hanger with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series here at his home track, Duck River Raceway Park in Lewisburg, Tennessee. And we're with our third place finisher tonight, Will Harrington out of Hawkinsville, Georgia. And Will, you came from the 15th starting spot on a wild and woolly racetrack, running 3-4 wide around there all night long. That had to be exciting even from where you were sitting.
It was a good race. This is our first time here, so it was awesome. I really want to come back here. We just buried ourselves early like we did last night, and luckily we had a good piece again. Just work our way through there, just stay out of trouble, and it seems like that's been the key. Just if you start back there, so just not get tore up. We've had a good car when the racetrack slows down. If we can just ever get a little bit better, so we can lock in. Right now we're getting our money's worth. We come to these races, we had to run every lap out there. So, but I guess that is a good thing for me. New tracks, I get to make more laps. That's a good excuse anyway. I don't know.
And you got a career win on top of that. Now, looking at where you've been, what track would you like to go back to and run again where you think you could get that second win?
I would probably say let's rerun this one and let's go 50 laps maybe. I mean, we were really good tonight. Our car was really good, and our car was really good last night too. And I think we had a good car at Why Not. We come from a pretty good ways back, and we were passing for third, and we got hit there, cut a tire. We've been pretty good at all these races, and just can't seem to catch that break. We caught one, but went to Cochran for 2 races. We run second, and I thought that next night we were really going to be good, and we just got caught up in a wreck. And just the way it goes sometimes. We keep working hard and just keep our stuff going right, and keep, just maybe we'll get us another one.
Well, you talk about racetracks that you haven't been to before. We got some racetracks coming up that we haven't been to this year, like Tennessee National Raceway in Hole-in-the-Wall, Tennessee. The Hole-in-the-Wall gang is going to be tough there. Then we go to Camden, Tennessee at Camden Speedway. We're going to North Alabama Speedway, Southern Raceway, and then back to the MAG. Which of those tracks are you looking forward to?
Probably Magnolia, if I had to say. I've never been to any of those other ones, so I'll have to just kind of keep doing what we're doing, just kind of watch a few videos, kind of see what it looks like, and just hope for the best and just do the best we can. That's really all we can do. We made up some grinding points, then we lost it at Cochran, and now we're on an uphill climb again, scratching and clawing, trying to get back there. So we're back to third, so we just keep working at it.
Well, Harrington, a strong third place finish tonight, an exciting finish there at the end. I couldn't tell who got it. Could you?
Yeah, I knew he had me. I looked over there and seen his nose beat mine. It's like I don't know the carburetor. It just felt like it kind of stumbled there leaving. And if I'd have known he was really that close, I might could have just tried to move up a little bit, maybe just to protect my line. But all in all, it was a good night. I got to thank Blue and my dad, BJ, Brian, Brittany, and Hank, my dog. They didn't get to come this weekend. It ain't the same without them here. I like my little dog and my girlfriend being here with me, my mom, just all my family, my sponsors, Last Air and Electrical, CBD Grading, Limerick Truck Repair, Pond Dam Piping, Joey Reynolds Trucking, CVR Race Cars and Terry Shocks by Gary Winger. We just go on to the next one, see if we can have another good run.
You got to admire a driver that thanks his dog. Will Harrington coming home with a third place finish tonight here at Duck River Raceway Park in Lewisburg, Tennessee with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series.